Waiter, can I please have a McLennan Mama, a girl behind you, Onika, and a Oop Hyperpigmentation Pistachio Labubu limited edition Nintendo Switch burger with a side of fan V-Day video sauce? Hello, is this thing on or what? Okay, settling the debate between Yaoi versus Yuri. And, you know, I can't come to a proper conclusion right now, but I will be submitting my favorite ships to the Yaoi Yuri war. Both Yaoi and Yuri. And you know what? I might even do a head slop video on my favorite hetero ships because they seem to run a common theme. That theme being doomed, that theme being push and pull, tug of war, Paul McCartney reference. Which, you know what, kind of reflects in my current romantic situation. But this video is not about me. This video is about Yaoi and Yuri. Let's get this clear. This video is about Yaoi and Yuri. So, I'm going to be going over 4 of my favorite Yaoi and Yuri ships. Starting off strong right out of the gate. McLennan. Oh my god, I'm feeling sick just thinking about it. McLennan, I'm feeling nauseous. Like a wave of nausea just came over my face. Something else about to come over my face tonight, if you know what I'm saying. Hopefully. Please! Please, I need this speed. I need this, genuinely. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, McLennan. I can't even talk about McLennan. I can't talk about McLennan without getting, like, actually stressed out thinking about it. So, they meet when they're, like, teenagers at, like, a freaking school. Paul thinks that John is so cool. He calls him a teddy boy. Hello! He makes a song called Teddy Boys. Teddy boy is a style of, like, dress, kind of like riff-raff, like the pompadour type hairstyle that was, like, a thing. Not pompadour exactly, but it was, like, pompadour equivalent in Britain, in the UK. Liverpool, skiffle, scaffold, you know, Liverpool skiffle bands. He instantly feels this magnetic attraction towards John, and they write songs together, they sleep over at each other's houses. Listen, if I fell in love with you, would you promise to be true? And would you help me understand? Because I've been in love before, and I found that love was more than just holding hands. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure. If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you won't hurt my pride like her. Like, ah! Hello, why did he write that song? Paul, why did you write that song? Paul, why did you write Here Today? Paul, why did you make the entire Tug of War album? Why is the entire Tug of War album about John? And why have you actually never made a single song dedicated to George? George also died. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? George also died. You were also in a band with George for the same amount of time. You were classmates with George, actually. Hello? Where is the George-themed album, Paul? But there's Tug of War. I see you've made Tug of War. I see you've made Here Today. I see you've made Come Inside at Boys of Dungeon Lane. Paul, what are we doing? John. And John obviously made his fair share. Like, listen, John, I've seen Religion from Jesus to Paul. Hello? John wrote that. I've seen Religion from Jesus to Paul. And if you guys don't know what McLennan is, maybe I should have introduced it. McLennan is the slash pairing between John Lennon and Paul McCartney of the Beatles. And I'm really not normal about this. And I don't care. Genuinely, I don't care. I'm sorry that I have hobbies. That hobby being shipping 2 old men together. One dead, one like 86 or something. He just had his birthday, so shout out. Or 84. I think 84. Because Ringo's 86. And like, yeah, no, it's just like sickening. Like the whole all of it is just sickening. All of it is just absolutely sickening. I've seen religion from Jesus to Paul is a crazy freaking line because it's like, because I'm not religious, but like love in a sense, the feeling of love and the feeling that you get when you like are enamored and infatuated with someone is genuinely like it gets to a point. It's like actually like religious psychosis. It feels like when you really love someone, it feels like a religious experience genuinely, because like when you can love something more than yourself and more than anything else, that's crazy. And that's what I believe John and Paul felt for one another, and they went through angst and drama. And again, it's doomed yaoi because, you know, John dies, right? But Paul continues to dream about him and write songs about him. And when I saw Paul in Montreal, he performed Here Today, which just was disgusting. Like, you did not have to do that. I cried. A tear ran down my leg. Genuinely. Like, I was so, like, when he played that song live, I was like, Paul, what are you doing? What are you doing, genuinely? So, okay, that's enough of that. There's, like, street cleaning going on, so I, like, need to move my car, like, kind of soon. So let's roll it through. The next one, we're going to talk about some yuri. Homo Madu. Okay? Homura and Madoka from Madoka Magica. Oh my god. Well, first of all, they're a pink and black couple. Y'all already know, like, the pink, like, the color combos. The color combos is crazy. And me personally, I'm still trying to find out if I'm a pink lesbo or a black lesbo. You know, like, or not lesbo, but like Willowa. Like, it's hard because I like both genders and colors. But that's neither here nor there. This video's not about me. This video is about yaoi and yuri. Okay, so again, the traveling through timelines, the it always being doomed, the no matter what I do, I can't save you dynamic. Stop. And these are fictional characters, so I don't feel as emotional talking about it as McLennan. But again, it's just like, I think it's like a similar sort of like thing where it's like when you really love someone, you want to fall in love with them over and over and over again, and you know, do everything with them for the first time together again, and like that sort of thing. And it's not exactly the case for Madoka Magica, but it's kind of a similar concept where it's like re-looping the time, wanting to make things better. And like, again, it's kind of doomed because like I've been in like hella doomed relationships where it's like I really messed up or the other person really messed up, and it's like, well, in every other timeline I would 100% go back and fix things, but I can't. It's too late now. And that's what Homo Madu is. Like, that ship name, that ship, genuinely, it's like I love this person so much I would, you know, do it all over again as infinite amount of times. Like, stop that, just stop it. And like with timeline, it's kind of like a Javik situation too. I didn't watch Arcane season 2, so I wouldn't really know, but it's like the common theme is that it's just all doomed. It's all doomed. Oops, all doomed relationships. Because like, oh my god, I'm getting stressed out thinking about, like, my hair is falling out. My hair is falling out thinking about this Yuri. Because they just love each other, guys. They're just two girls that love each other, and they freaking like break the rules of time and space so they can continue to love each other. Like, and I saw these two cosplayers propose to each other when they were wearing Madoka Magica cosplay, and I'm like, dude, pass the controller, please. When is it my turn? When is it going to be my day in the sun? I'm a woman too. Anyway, next ship, Hilson, House MD, Dr. House, X, James Wilson. Greg House X James Wilson. And the reason why I ship this is because if you watch the show, they're dynamic, and there's every single episode there's always a yaoi scene, okay, and it's just a push and pull dynamic. And when you get to the, and spoilers guys, when you get to the end of the series, hello, imagine faking your death for your work husband so you can spend the last like 10 months of your lives together, and you can never go back to the life that you knew, just to be with your lover, giving up it's about because House is a very, very selfish character. He is so self-interested, so self-motivated. He's the most selfish person in the show. He's selfish, he's shallow. He knows this too. But at the very last episode, his ultimate sacrifice is giving up his whole life so he can spend time with Wilson. Hello? And that is just like a crazy, crazy moment where he does that thing. Because, you know, Wilson saves House's ass so many times. And it's kind of just like it's doomed in the sense where it's like Wilson is just giving and giving and giving and giving, and House is just taking and taking and taking, and it comes to a breaking point, you know, when Wilson gets cancer, and then House is like, you know, struggling what to do, and then he ends up, you know, sacrificing a lot for Wilson. And it's, you know, this big dramatic monumental moment, and it just really shows like their dynamic. Like, I don't even know how to like say it. And then I can't. I feel nauseous. This is not natural, okay? Like, same-sex relationships is not okay. Okay, oh, guys, if you read the Bible, this is not okay. It's not okay because it makes me so much more emotional than any het slop relationship, genuinely. Het slop, well, I'll make a video on het slop probably, because there are hetero ships that I ship. Another common denominator of the hetero ships I ship is that they're, like, not canon. They, like, never get together in the show. And that's the same thing for, like, all of these yaois and yuris. They never get together romantically. I guess, like, Madoka and Homura, they kind of do. Because, like, there's no, yeah, they kind of do in a way, but also they're, like, kids, so, like, it's not, like, actually, I don't know how old they are, but they're, like, teens, it's whatever. They don't get in, like, a relationship, but it's, like, you know, and I guess that's also, like, why I like these as well, because it's, like, it transcends the need for, like, a label, I guess, because they're just soulmates. Like, it genuinely just transcends, like, everything. Hello? Like, whoa, like, it's on a spiritual level rather than just, like, physical or emotional. It has reached the spiritual, metaphysical realm for some of these ships. Okay? And again, just, like, the personalities of, like, House and Wilson. House being sarcastic, Wilson being, you know, and they're mirrors of each other. They're foils to one another. And it's really good writing, really good character writing, genuinely, because it's like they're kind of the same person in a way, and they have the same flaws, but, you know, Wilson just kind of expresses it differently than House does. It's a lot like BoJack Horseman and Mr. Peanut Butter, which I don't ship BoJack and Mr. Peanut Butter, but, like, they're both they both, like, are super immature people, but they express it in different ways. And it's been a minute since I've watched BoJack Horseman, so I can't really, like, comment too much on that. But yeah, like they're soulmates, okay? House and Wilson. Woo, Hilson. All right. And finally, this, I believe, was one of the first Yuri ships that I ever shipped in life. Rarijack. Rarity X Applejack. I was no Apple Dash enjoyer. In fact, I shipped Rainbow Dash with Twilight or Pinkie Pie. And there are drawings. Or Fluttershy. Actually, no. I think I, like, made them, like... anyway. I feel like Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash are more of, like, a sibling dynamic. and I'm not racist, I'm not saying that just because they're Pegasus, okay? There are drawings in my 10-year-old sketchbook of Rainbow Dash kissing Twilight and of Rainbow Dash kissing Pinkie Pie. And when my parents found that, they just looked the other way. Because I think they weren't ready to address that their daughter might possibly be queer. So anyway, and my Little Pony Yuri drawings are in a box right now that I don't feel like taking out, but trust me, they exist. Trust me, I wrote a whole story about Rainbow Dash, like, and Twilight having kids together. Like, trust me, I wrote a whole story about that when I was 10. Anyway, Rare Jack. It's also doomed because Apple Dash is canon, and it's like, what are we doing here? I get, listen, guys. I get Apple Dash. You know what? I get Apple Dash, okay? They have, like, this sort of, like, old married couple vibe. They're both, like, the physically strongest, I was about to say mercs. They're not mercenaries. They're the most physically mercenaries. They are for Princess Celestia and Princess Luna, because their useless asses don't do shit. Sleepy Celestia. So, genuinely Sleepy Celestia. And Sleepy Luna, literally. Because she travels in people's dreams. But Luna is way more useful than Celestia in many ways than what. But that's just, I'm getting ahead of myself. I hate Princess Celestia. I hate Celestia. But I do. Princess Luna is one of my favorite characters in Twilight. I like anyway. Besides the point. Rare Jack, guys. Ooh, and it is doomed because they never get together. And guys, rarity is the element of generosity, and as her final act of generosity. And again, I guess like a lot of these ships, another common theme a lot of these ships have is that just big displays, big final acts of, or final gestures of like love. Rarity's final gesture of love and generosity was her giving up Applejack so Rainbow Dash could Yuri out with her. And my god, did I wish that Rare Jack was endgame. My god, did I wish that Rare Jack was endgame. Because for, you know, Apple Dash, it makes sense. Rainbow Dash likes to zoom, zoom, zoom. And Apple Dash is like strong southern country woman. Okay? And they're both, you know, they're both competing for the strap. And you know what? Fine, whatever. But Rare Jack. My god! Rare Jack. Do you see Applejack tipping her hat to Rainbow Dash and going, "After you, my lady"? Do you see her doing that for Rainbow Dash? No! She does that for Rarity. She doesn't do that for any other character. She goes, "After you, my lady." Oh! She sees the lady in Rarity. And Rarity is like, "I can tame the wildness in you, Applejack." I can't. Literally, like, no, that's disgusting. Like, this is gross. This is not natural, guys. Like, Yuri. I'm gonna hit you with the freaking Yuri fists and the Yaoi fists. Hit him with the 1-2. Like, left, right, uppercut, suck my nuts, guys. Run it up. Oh, like, it never became endgame. And that's the thing. None of these became endgame. Except, like, Loki, kind of. But no, not even, because, like, I don't remember what happens at the end of Madoka, but she, like, becomes, like, a freaking ghost spirit cloud thing. Like, they don't get to be cute human girls in high school together. I need to rewatch Madoka. Deadass, I need to rewatch Madoka. But I have not watched anime since, like, I was, like, 19, like, genuinely. Anywho, Anywho. I don't know. It's just the opposite. Like, it's just opposites. Opposite. I really do appreciate like an opposites dynamic. I love it so much. I love it so much when they have like opposite personalities, but they complete each other in a way because they're filling in the missing gaps for each other, right? Like they just fill in the missing gaps for one another because they're opposites. So they, and that's genuinely why I ship a lot of these characters, is because they are so not so different from one another, but they are in personality and demeanor and whatever, just so different that they're able to not necessarily fix each other, but like help the other person recognize what they're lacking, and then, not necessarily fill the void, but just like help them grow as people. Okay? And yeah, that is my Yuri vs. Yaoi list. It's not really like I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm more so presenting my favorite Yuri and Yaoi ships, and y'all can decide what is Cole, what is Gem, okay, and what's good or not. And if you guys are wondering why I look like this, it's because pre-shower makeup. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. I love pre-shower makeup. Makeup or world peace? Hello? So yeah. Next video, maybe, I don't know, but I might do a video on head slop, because there are some pretty good heterosexual ships out there. I hate to admit it. Do they compare to McLennan? No. Hell no. But it's still pretty good nonetheless. So thank you for watching. Subscribe. I have a Discord server, and bots keep joining it, so like you probably shouldn't join my Discord server. If you want to, you can. The link's in the description. All right. Goodbye.